Can you tell us, like, after that whole album, after this time in Japan, like, what for you at this point in your life is time well spent? How would you define that?
Uh, sobrang, mm, honestly, it's also really, really hard for me because I have a lot going on in my mind. Like so many tabs open, and I always want to do so many things all in one day. Like I want to read a book, and I also want to finish the Netflix series that I've been watching, and I also want to study my kanji, and I also want to journal, and I also want to go to the park, and I also want to see the new festival because if I miss the festival, then next year na naman iintayin ko. And I also want to be out of town because I'm wasting my time if I'm in bed. But I also want to rest. Like, ganon. Like, sobrang, lagi akong my internal conflict. Like, what do I want to do? Because I want to do so many things. I end up starting to read and then feeling guilty that I'm not journaling. Then I will journal. I'll finish the journal. But also, I end up feeling guilty that, hey, I didn't finish my kanji study. Then I'll study kanji, but also feel restless because no, now I wanna watch Netflix show. So yung time is, mm, I feel like always constantly need to teach myself to choose, to choose the power of choice, and to be, to rest in the fact that you chose and to actually cherish that thing that you chose and to cherish doing the thing that you chose. Because, like, have you ever experienced that? I'm sure. Have you ever experienced putting off something that you wanted to do and then you put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off for such a long time? And then when you finally get around to doing it, and finishing it, biglang na-realize mo na, shucks, ang saya nun. Bakit ko ba pinut off ng sobrang tagal? Na-experience mo ba yun?
Oh yeah, it's super relatable what you're saying because like me, like my life is like check boxes. It's like I need to tick this off
Task.
because if I'm
Task.
not doing this, maybe I should do this. And
Mm,
it's like I live for the thrill of like finishing the task.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yun. I think the time well spent is, yeah, I'm still learning this lesson, is choosing and being comfortable in that choice and enjoying that time that you spend, um you know uh honing your skill or pampering yourself or traveling, exploring the world, or even just lying in bed is a way of nourishing your body and preparing you for the next challenge. If you choose with conviction, and if you choose with and if you allow yourself grace to not do all of the other things that you're thinking of, maybe for another day. And I think that time time that has passed will be more fruitful and more memorable. And you would remember actually doing the thing than stressing over the fact that you could have been doing all these other things, which is what happens to me all the time. So it's really still a constant lesson for me. I need to choose and just stick with it and enjoy it and revel in the fact that you're doing it.
man, definitely, yeah, for sure. Savor the moment.
Savor the moment. Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's really well said. And I think I just want to end it nga na lang with this last question because 2 weeks ago you released the music video for "Growing My Garden."
Mhm.
And even in this conversation, may mga lumalabas na mga metaphors about healing, about growth, about
Mm.
just letting things be as they are to grow, give them space, feel safe.
Mhm.
And I think that's a common theme in your music that also makes me feel better as a listener. And I saw you share in the description of the page. I'm just gonna read it too. There are special moments when our garden is in full bloom and the whole world can see it. But these days, I've come to cherish the quiet privacy of tending to my roots, pruning my wilting leaves, and waiting for my seedlings to burst into life. Yeah, could you unpack that for us, like that analogy of growing your garden?
Mm. Uh, I think because of the internet and because so many, yun nga, there's so much content that we consume, and there's like a lot of impressive things that we see, and just a lot of stimuli in general. And there's this image of the everyone's gardens in full bloom all the time. Everyone is just on, go, go, go. Everyone's happy. Everyone seems happy. Everyone seems successful. Everyone seems to be like working at the top of their game. But yun nga, it's not often that we show the side of ourselves that struggle with the the process to get to that blooming stage. And I get it. Like, we don't have to post it, and we don't post it often because it's not pretty. And oftentimes we don't even have the mindset or the capacity to think about sharing that because we're in the thick of it. Pero yun, with the process of making time well spent, I had I battled with that every single day because I was like, I cannot write anything good anymore for like maybe 2 years of my life. Hindi ko na alam, naubos na lahat. Kasi yung first album ko was just a collection of songs that I wrote for like throughout the years. And it was like I don't know, like yun na yun. Wala na ako ulit nalabas na bago. So, hindi ko alam if I was capable of ever writing anything that I would like and the other people would like as well. So, um, I realized that my garden was it was a field. Um, Tapos na yung blooming era ko, and nalagas na yung, like, wala na, like, naging ground zero na ako ulit. And I couldn't accept that I was just soil at the time. Parang, hindi, kailangan merong flower. Parang, I need to be a flower. Uh, but it took a while for me to realize na hindi. That's not how gardens work. They don't just appear, flowers don't just become flowers out of nowhere. And it's a great metaphor that I'm sure like a lot of people, can relate to, and like have also identified with. It's really like we're always growing, and even in growing, there's also pain in that growth because we need to prune ourselves. We need to cut out the parts that are not helping us, and we need to face our trauma and our pain, to be able to be open again, fully open again, to all the new experiences that await us. And that's when we fully receive the sun. That's when we fully face the sun and like um, bloom again. And even with the bloom comes the withering part again, or like, I guess withering is like badly put, but like the cycle of growth begins again, and you restart and you become soil again, and somebody has to water that. You have to water that, and you have to help your plants flourish. And it's just the cycle of life. So I'm in my tending to my garden phase, very much so, because my career, like my music career, is like basically put on hold. But I'm living my life, and I'm living a dream that I've always had. So I'm tending to my childhood self in the dreams that I've had before, and the independence that I've always wanted and I've always tried to chase for. I'm chasing different dreams right now, probably growing different species of flowers. And I can't wait to, grow again and bloom again and share it to the world again.